Good morning and welcome to Southern Sports Network. I'm Taylor Gillis, here to fill you in on the latest in Moccasin sports news. After their big win in the 2016 NCAA Championship, the women's lacrosse team welcomes Shannon McHale as their assistant coach this 2017 spring season. Prior to Florida Southern, McHale worked as the head coach, women's lacrosse coach at Ithaca College in New York. She has 48 career wins at Ithaca, as well as 3 Coach of the Year honors. The lacrosse team will start their season looking to gain a second national championship with McHale's help. The men's soccer team has also brought in some new blood with a recruiting class of 14.
Playing for each other. You do that for 45 minutes, and I'm happy. All right, 45 minutes.
The team took on Mount Verde in an exhibition match last Friday night. Midway through the first half, senior forward Jonathan Radvigen was brought down in the box. Joseph Ammer stepped up to take the penalty, but the goalkeeper guessed the right way and pushed Ammer's shot aside to keep the score at 0-0. Just minutes later, Mount Verde was awarded a penalty kick of their own for a 2-foot tackle. The penalty kick was converted to make the score 1-0 in Mount Verde's favor. But Florida Southern was quick to respond. Sophomore Callum Kaushali found Radvigen, and the Swedish international was able to outpace his defender and lifted the ball over the keeper to tie the game at 1-1. However, Mount Verde netted 2 second-half goals and won the match 3-1. A fresh season with a new head coach brings excitement to the FSC women's soccer team. Returning players are stepping into new leadership roles, such as junior goalkeeper Helena Nordstrom.
We're hoping that everybody has the same goals, has the same ambitions. This is an extremely tough conference, so there are no easy games. But if I, in 3-4 months, look back, and I consider it a successful season that we made the conference tournament.
After losing last year during the regional finals, the women's volleyball team looks to start their season off on a high note. They will travel to Oregon for the Concordia Labor Day tournament September 1st and 2nd. The Lady Mocs are tied at the top of the SSC preseason coaches poll with rival Tampa as favorites to win the conference. The women were also ranked 15 nationally by the American Volleyball Coaches Association. It was announced over the summer break that 88 Moccasin athletes earned NCAA Division II Academic Achievement Awards, the second most in the Sunshine State Conference. Associate Athletic Director of Florida Southern Athletics, Drew Howard, made this comment about the success. We are proud of how hard our students work, both on the playing surface and in the classroom. Each team had a cumulative GPA above a 3.0 last year, and we expect these trends to continue as our coach recruits good students and our campus communities to continue to support our student athletes. In order to make sure you have all the inside scoop before the fall season kicks off, we have Head Athletic Director Pete Meyer with us today to tell us about some exciting changes for FSC athletics.
Thanks, Taylor. So yes, today we have the wonderful Pete Meyer with us to answer a few questions before the fall season starts. Okay, Pete, it's great to have you on the show.
It's great to be here.
Okay, let's start off. Were there any key moves in the off season that you think will really impact any of these fall teams?
I don't know about the fall teams. They had great recruiting classes. We have the change in the women's head coach, Siggy Nagel, who was the assistant coach, is now the head coach. He brought in a couple new assistants. So we're hoping that balances out. He had a huge recruiting class of freshmen. Ryan Snigoski has been building for the last 4 years. We're hoping to see the fruits of his labors. He brought a large recruiting class, a few international kids that can help out with the program. Jill Stevens has been an outstanding coach, very successful, lost in the regional final last year in volleyball. So we expect her to be right back in the hunt. She's picked #1 in the conference right now. And then the cross-country teams, we're expecting a significant improvement in our women's cross-country team. They have a large number, 14 or 15 women out there running. And then Ben Martucci has a couple kids who redshirted last year back in the lineup this year that should put them right back in the hunt for a conference title. So I think that's, in the big picture, a review of those 5 teams, it should be pretty exciting. Men's soccer is supposed to open up tomorrow night, depending on the weather. We expect men's and women's soccer. So I think that due to the tropical storm, it might be Saturday before they both open up.
All right. Now, you did mention the new coach for lacrosse. Are there any other new coaches that you want to talk about?
New head coach in women's soccer. We have a new assistant baseball coach in David Kopp, came from Clemson after playing professionally. We have a second assistant in baseball, Stephen Crabtree. At the same time, we have a new men's lacrosse assistant, Tyler Granelli, and then Shane Tompkins was elevated to full-time. So those are the new coaches on the staff. Shannon McHale took over as the top assistant in women's lacrosse. So we're excited, and we'll see how that goes in the spring.
All right. Now, there has been some buzz about JV teams coming. So what can you tell me about that?
Division II, especially at a small private, it's important that the athletic department works in conjunction with admissions. So we have added additional spots for men to participate. Men's enrollment is important when you're looking at an institution where you have over 60% of the population that is female. So the easiest option for us in athletics was to add junior varsity spots or B team spots, which gives everybody on the roster an opportunity to play outside competition. So the men's lacrosse team will play a number of B games in the spring. So those guys that aren't getting regular playing time on the varsity. At the same time, the junior varsity schedule will be 10 or 12 games, and they'll have an opportunity to compete. So it's usually the back half of the roster. Our men's baseball program now has over 50 guys on the team, and men's lacrosse is over 60. So we're also looking at women's lacrosse because they're now over 40, so we might have to mix in some B games to give everybody an opportunity to participate.
Okay. Well, that's exciting. I know I'm excited for the fall season. Thank you, as always, for coming on the show.
No problem.
And back to you, Taylor.
Thank you, Pete and Lindsay. We are all looking forward to seeing how all of our Moccasin sports teams take on the 2016-2017 season. Thank you, everyone, for joining us this morning. I'm Taylor Gillis, and this has been Southern Sports Network. See you next week.